Na, 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 na. Hey, welcome to Coco Sports. I was about to say Coco's Corner. Coco Sports Raw Review. I am the huge one, Dave Coco from CocoSports.com or KOCOSports.net. It takes you to the same place. It's where the world comes to kick ass. Your home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. On every Monday night Raw Review, we ask the same questions: win, loss, or tie. And this one I think is going to be all over the place because was this a good Raw, or have all the others been bad up to this point? Like, I'm giving it a win, but I'm giving it the Fry look. Like, was this a good Raw? Or, because, I mean, this was the first time in months that while we were at the CocoSports.net Internet Infantry chat, are you ready? That I wasn't asking how much longer we had. Like, the main event appeared on me. Like, it was such a fucking weird concept. Because usually, like, an hour in, I'm like, oh my god, we still have 2 more hours. And about 2 hours in, I start going delusional. And I'm like, holy shit, when the fuck is this gonna end? And, dude, you know what sucks? You know what's a bad Raw? When you're like, dude, how much more time we have? And the people in Internet chat's like, we still have an hour and a half. This time, I never asked when Raw was gonna end. I was like, when they're like, oh, it's time for the main event, I almost shit my pants in excitement. I'm like, really? It's going down like this? So it is win, loss, or tie. I think it was a huge win, but I also sit back, being the skeptic son of a bitch I am, going, was this a huge win, or was this only good because we've had months and months and months of bad Raws? I'm giving it a win. Rob, you're the positive Petey. What do you say? Win, loss, or tie?
I think you got broken down, because if I'm grading it on the same standard I've graded everything so far, this is a tie at best. And it's largely only a tie because I think Jon Stewart did so well, and the stare down between Bryan and Ziggler was just really good to build hype for that match. But they didn't do a great job with storytelling in general. And if you're a sports entertainment product, storytelling should be the one thing you don't fuck up.
Yeah, and here's my thing, though. I think I'm just giving it a win because I think I am beat down. Yep. It was the third hour. It was the third hour of Monday Night Raw. I didn't want to kill myself. I didn't question my life. I was somewhat entertained. You know what? I don't know. I don't know what it is.
It sounds like your standard for win for this show was it wasn't horrible.
You know what? For Monday Night Raw
standards, that sounds like
standards,
a tie to me.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I needed... you know what it is? I think I needed a good show so much. It's like going on a drought. Like, I've been married forever, so, I get the mandatory standard 2 days a week as per the marriage contract. But it's like going through a dry spout, and then you fuck like a B- woman, and you're just like, she's the most beautiful woman ever. That's what I feel like with this Raw. I mean, I'm just like, yeah, I'm in love. I didn't want to kill myself. Not once. This has to be a record. This has to be a record. Within this year alone, this is the first time I did not go to the CocoSports.net Internet Infantry chat and ask how much longer we have. To me, that's got to be some type of record. You know what I mean?
That's just a tie.
All right, so you say tie. Down in the comments, win, loss, or tie. You know what's so funny? When we first started this, partnership that we have, you were the positive one. You were like,
yeah, that was before they turned. They threw one of my 3 favorite wrestlers right now. They threw aside. And then they threw the other one aside, and then they turned the third one into John Cena.
Yeah, it's been a rough. You know what? I didn't want to kill myself. I didn't question what I was doing with my life. And I didn't ask once how much more time was left in the event. And you know what? Maybe I'm grading on a scale. Maybe I'm too much of a nice guy teacher. Like, hey, little Timmy, you didn't murder anyone. Give him a C. I don't know. Maybe I'm delusional. I enjoyed the show. Now, granted, the tons of New Jersey pops growing up in New Jersey probably helped me. So we'll be reading your live comments, so please put like,
Oh
comment,
God, you
subscribe,
thought it was
and
a
all
cheap?
that.
You thought it was a win because they went for cheap pops on your hometown all the time?
Dude, I
Your
fall
home
for that
state?
shit too. Dude, I am such a cheap pop whore. Like normally, if it's like we're live in Tampa, I'm like whatever, fuck off. We're live. Oh, Mick Foley's cheap pops and stuff. I always thought it was cute, but I never fall for it unless it's New Jersey. Like even in Tokyo, like we're in Tokyo. Like shut the fuck up. You don't give a shit. But then you come out and you're. Then you come out and say, yeah, this is New Jersey. Like, all of a sudden, I'm White Trash 16 all over again. And be like, fuck yeah, it's New Jersey, bitches.
All right.
Man.
So as a side thing, do you know when the next time they're in New Jersey is?
I have no idea.
Because man, they need to call up Enzo and Big Cass in New Jersey.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. I don't think any NXT guys are getting called up till after Mania, but we can always dream.
No, but calling them out in New Jersey, I think, would be the best way to give them just a really good pop at the start to show the home fans they should like them.
Yeah, that's true. That's a great place to start. Yeah, I mean, because they kind of did that with CM Punk. CM Punk started in a city that he was popular. It wasn't Chicago, but I think it was New York or Philadelphia, where it was ROH country. So yeah, if they were actually wanted to build stars, that would be amazing. But yeah, no, I enjoyed this Raw. I really did. And joining us now is American Alucard. American Alucard. Boo, you're tardy. All right, we're having a debate. We're starting off win, loss, or tie. We're going to get to your live comments. You can go at cocosports.net, Internet Image Chat. You can Twitter us at cocosports, or you can do the YouTube or Facebook thing. All right. I say it was a win because New Jersey pops. You know me. I love me some New Jersey. Second, I never once went to the Internet Infantry chat and asked how much time was left. Third, I didn't question what I was doing with my life watching Raw. And fourth, I didn't fucking want to kill myself. I think those qualifications for Monday Night Raw, its losing streak, is good enough for a win. Now, Rob, on the other hand, says, no, it's a tie. Just because they beat you down to submission, you shouldn't fucking bend. But I grade on the curve. So what do you say? Win, loss, or tie? What did you think of tonight's Monday Night Raw?
I'll say it was a tie, slight loss because of the constant Roman Reigns penis sucking and
Thank you.
the Triple H I gotta put myself over segment. Along with the wrestling was good, but it wasn't enough for a 3-hour show.
Well, and not like the wrestling was good.
And I think it was definitely hurt by the fact that I watched ROH today, so the wrestling wasn't that good for me.
Review this week. A lot of people want us to review ROH, and we'll get to it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I might just be beaten down. I'm interested to see what the Internet Infantry has to say. Josh says, tie, Heyman promo, IC title shenanigans, and Alex Mania cheer saved it from loss. Nowhere near a win, Dave, for shame. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry,
Thank you,
man.
Internet Infantry.
I'm getting weak. I'm getting weak in my old age.
Whatever. I didn't want to kill myself during your show, so it's a win. Thanks, WWE. You should just be grading it compared to Lucha and NXT. Would you call this a win if they put this out?
It's definitely a loss, but
Thank you.
I don't know if I can do it. I don't have the stomach.
Look at it from the perspective of the Internet Infantry. They come here, they expect you to review the show. You tell them this Raw is a win, they're expecting it to be on the level of the other shows you say are win, like NXT and Lucha. Now you're sending someone to go watch this show.
I'm going to change my vote.
You want to be a bitch.
For the first time ever, I'm not going to give it a win, loss, or a tie, because we always do win, loss, or tie. My review of this show is I didn't want to kill myself. That's a fair statement. Is that not a fair statement? Is that not a just statement?
I'll accept it.
All right. So win, loss, or tie, or I didn't want to kill myself. So now we have perfect for the very rare occasions, win, loss, tie, and for the special Monday Night Raw shows, we have I didn't want to kill myself. I guess now we have officially 5 stars. I don't know where I don't want to kill myself rates. I guess that would be in the middle.
Well, I
So-
think it's a special Raw rating for it wasn't a loss, but it wasn't a win, but it was a win by Raw standards.
All right, Kevin says, but in a company where nobody mentions the elephant in the room, it's nice that Heyman can come out and say, my client Brock Lesnar, and kill that elephant. All right, so that's interesting, and we'll get to that. Friend Yelly on Facebook says, you are getting weak for sure, because it was a tie.
That's
Friend
right.
Yelly? All
Rob's
right, I'm
Rangers,
getting weak.
no one
I'm getting weak. I need, dude. You know what it is? I do a podcast every day. Every day, I try to do a podcast every day. Sometimes 2 or 3 podcasts. And Raw it gets the most viewers. It's the longest show. It's the most draining. So you know what? I'm sorry that I'm happy that I fucking wasn't horrible. Okay, dude, you don't know what it's fucking like, dude. You don't know what it's like to fucking watch Monday Night Raw and review it every week until you do it. It wears on you, man. It wears. I'm only human. I'm only human. Josh says the only part of the Heyman promo that I think was truly a shoot and not scripted was "Hell, Ronda Rousey your ass." Yeah, they love dropping Twitter pop culture references. Like I just picture like WWE writers going to Twitter and be like, "All right, let's reference this. Let's reference this. Let's reference that." But we'll talk about that.
that they have them just sit out there, like, before Heyman goes out, they're showing them what's trending, and they're like, all right, these were the things that have been trending lately. Just, pick whatever you want.
Just pick one of them. All right, let's break this bad boy down. First off, it doesn't start with Roman Reigns. It starts with Seth Rollins. Now, granted, Reigns comes out like 3 seconds later, but the fact that it started with Seth Rollins was a bit of a relief. I don't know. Once again, I just think it's not as bad as it used to be. I think that's it. And the Jon Stewart thing we'll talk about, but they teased the Jon Stewart thing, and they cut a promo, and I don't know. It wasn't bad, but once again, it was a WWE promo that kind of went nowhere. Like, their opening promo should really be their pre-show. What did you think, American a la carte, of the opening promo?
I didn't watch the first 30 minutes. I was out shopping.
American a la carte, 5-minute penalty. I'm just kidding.
I caught the Cesaro Natty match. I mean, that's where I came in at.
All right. Rob?
Yeah, it was okay. Like, I wasn't, I don't know. Like, I told you.
Do you want to just say it was passable? It wasn't a huge letdown?
Yeah, like, I wasn't really, like, it didn't instantly get me excited for the rest of the show, which I think was a flaw.
Yeah. J&J Security are just absolutely amazing. A lot of pro wrestlers on social media are really putting them over. I'm a huge JB Noble fan. I don't think it was that good, but it was such a relief that it wasn't one of the Golden Boys. Like, it was such a relief that a pro wrestler opened up Monday Night Raw. Now, granted, it was a fucking long-ass promo that went nowhere. Here's the thing. Does WWE know Twitter exists? I mean, how much... Look, we should start a new segment.
I'm pretty sure with how often they tell us what's trending when it's not trending, that they know it exists, they just don't know how it works.
Yeah, that's true. Because here's my thing about it. Like, next time you watch Monday Night Raw, watch a whole promo, write down the points, and then see if that 20-minute promo could have been summed up in a tweet. Because a lot of these 20-minute promos can be summed up in a tweet. I mean, this Sting Triple H feud, that's like 2 tweets. The whole fucking feud is 2 tweets. You know what I mean? Like,
you didn't come here. I don't want you here now.
Yeah. It's
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Crazy. Well, the opening match, Dean Ambrose versus Bad News Barrett. You know what? Here's the thing. I think if you went to New Jersey Pride, baby. Now, granted, I left when I was 17 and never came back, but that doesn't mean I hate you, New Jersey. I love you. Like, yeah. Yeah, so like, it wasn't that bad of a match, but I bet you if you were in New Jersey, you enjoyed this Raw a lot more. Because it's like, you're like, oh my god, they're wrestling. Lock up. Boom, commercial. Alright. Oh, the match is going to start. Commercial. Like, I mean, do we have to actually fucking download the app to watch wrestling? Is that what they're fucking telling us? You know?
It's starting to get that.
I know that, but someone in the Internet Infantry, I'll get their name, I apologize. Kevin in the Internet Infantry said, do you notice every time they come back to commercial, they're in a chin fucking lock or chin rest or headlock or resting position? I always wonder, like, what did this live audience
Yeah, they
say?
are.
Like, dude, it's
They
like...
are always in a resting position.
Yeah. I
It's
don't know.
why the referee has the microphone in his ear and he's like, "Oh, guys, we're coming back reverse. Get that fucking chin lock on."
Quick,
It's just-
wrap your arms around him.
I don't know. It's hard to, it's really hard because, like, Lucha Underground, NXT, New Japan, these are a lot easier shows to review.
ROH.
ROH, yeah, ROH. These are a lot easier shows to review for the simple fact is we get to see the matches. Let's be completely honest. Dean Ambrose versus Bad News Barrett. This could have been a 20-star match. I don't fucking know. I was too busy watching goddamn the new comedy with the fucking two comedians, the white comedian and the black comedian. That looks funny, by the way. That's what I saw 90% of wrestling matches. Like, oh, ding! Like, please, check out the new Kevin Hart comedy. I'm like, you know what? This could be funny. We're back. Resting position. All right. Well, that could be 5 stars. It's like watching a movie. It's like watching a movie, seeing the opening scene, going to commercial, and then coming back and seeing the credits roll.
Also, is it just
And
me
then
or
like,
is this whole
can you
title thing
review
really
that movie?
stupid?
What's that?
Is it just me or is that whole fucking the insane level of focus on the belt stealing thing, is that just over the top stupid?
You know what? I say yes, but oh my god, it's a guilty pleasure. Do I love R-Truth?
Like, yeah, like I like it.
No.
but I
Is
wish-
it a stupid storyline? Is it a garbage throwaway match? Yes. Is it horrible? Yes. But oh my god, I would pay money just to watch R-Truth segments. I think he's fucking hilarious. He's just fucking hilarious. And he's a great
I
wrestler.
agree.
Now, WWE fans will never know R-Truth's a great wrestler, but it's true. Like, go
No,
watch
that's not
early
true.
NWA.
Listen, WWE fans, go out there, go look up Ron Killings, go look up R-Truth, find some of him wrestling in other promotions. He's amazing.
And he has a unique style all his own. He really is a great wrestler.
Mhm.
And a former NWA heavyweight world champion. And, I don't know. I just find him to be fucking
And honestly,
hilarious.
he's actually one of the better mic workers in WWE, and they never give him a microphone.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope that, hashtag give truth a chance, like, is legit and they have it. Because, like, right now, let's be completely honest, all across the board, there's no one that's excited for WrestleMania. Like, if you're excited for WrestleMania, you're fucking lying to try to help fucking you feel better about your life, or you're lying
I'm
to
excited
build an
for
audience.
one match of WrestleMania. One.
yeah, but
the
even-
ladder match, I know
Yeah,
is
but
going to
even
be
that-
amazing.
I don't know.
No,
I don't
you
know.
know it's going to be amazing. You
No,
put
no.
Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, and Luke Harper and R-Truth in a match together. Bad News Shit Barrett's in there, sure, but we don't give a shit about him because they've booked him so poor. He's the most incompetent and worst IC champion I've ever seen.
Oh, I don't know about that. There's some
Like,
They
good
could have
Just
put the belt on Hornswoggle and it would have done just as much. Hornswoggle
Dean
could be
Ambrose-
filling Bad News Barrett's role right now.
All right, hold on. Let's get the results out, just in case people are like, you know what, we came for the results. Dean Ambrose gets the win by distraction and hidden dirty deeds. With that said, American Alucard, you were saying something?
Somewhere in the back, Alicia Fox is just laughing at Bad News Barrett and how he's getting pushed.
Oh, she's loving it.
So, I don't know. Well, at least the IC champ and the US champ coming out of Mania will be amazing. And if Seth Rollins cashes in, like, I don't know. The one thing that I guess I'm looking forward to WrestleMania is it being over and the US title being on Cena. And I say that because, then they'll care about the US title because they care about Cena. The Intercontinental title being on a real wrestler and Seth Rollins cashing in and walking out as a champ. And I say this as a guy who can't stop making fun of Roman Reigns. Like, I just can't. I cannot stop it. As a guy who cannot stop making fun of Roman Reigns, I honestly think if Seth Rollins cashes in, it helps the whole company, and above that, it helps Roman Reigns. I think Roman Reigns beating Brock and then losing last second at Mania, not at Monday Night Raw, because Monday Night Raw, who gives a shit, I don't know. I
No,
think
Not only that, I think it's a bigger deal just because Mania doesn't usually have heels come out on top in the main event. It's not a common thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just fucking beyond heartbroken. I can't like.
So is it still a win, Dave?
You know what? I didn't want to kill myself. That's the official answer. I didn't want to kill myself. Next, we go to a segment where WWE. We should start a trend. I can't think of it. You know, I can't think. But hashtag WWE. Don't hide behind the kids. You fucking Fruit Loop fucking lying bastards. I think that's a little long for hashtag. But dude, the next couple segments, you just are lying to everyone when you say you're about kids. The next segment is a pretty funny segment. It reminds me of the cheesy Attitude Era stuff. Not the good Attitude Era stuff, but the cheesy stuff. Where you're like, oh, I'm entertained for a segment, but that's about it. They do limp penis pills. Miz steals a commercial from Mizdow, and he shows it without actually seeing the commercial, and it's about taking pills for a limp penis. This is one of many mistakes saying it's directed towards children. And I don't care if you're directed towards children. Here's the thing. If you're going to talk the talk, walk the walk. Don't be like, it's for the children, that's why we pushed John Cena right before this segment about penis pills and burning people alive. Like, no. You can't. You steal a line from Vince Russo. Poor Vince Russo, fucking having a rough week. If Rob fucking informed me about what's going on with Vince Russo. Never thought I'd feel bad for Vince Russo, but times have changed. Fucking, what was I gonna say? But yeah, I just hate it because, you know, I am not family friendly. This show is not family friendly, but I do a lot of volunteer work. Please buy my pink shirt. Dun 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 dun. But nothing pisses me off seeing a politician stop by an orphanage or a celebrity stop by just for a photo op. It fucking pisses me the fuck off beyond anything. And WWE is the ultimate at doing that. They're not fucking good people, and they're not for the children.
WWE would, in a heartbeat, take Roman Reigns around if someone gave him the idea and just walk him into soup kitchens, take a picture of him real quick, and then walk him out just every soup kitchen and orphanage in the country.
Yeah, I don't know. It just makes me angry because, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, it's got to be Attitude Era. You have to know what the fuck you are. You know, my daughter's 13. I wouldn't let her watch that, and I'm pretty lenient. You know, we're watching Street Fighter the movie. We're watching, you know, movies with curse words in it. But you can't say you're for the children, and when I'm like the most loosey-goosey parent ever, like, yeah, my daughter's not watching that. My daughter watches Lucha Underground, she watches New Japan, watches Dragon Gate. We live in Japan, by the way, for the new listeners. And I have no problem. There's nothing on there that embarrasses me. That, you know, I would be like, hey, you know, you can't watch this. And granted, every parent treats their kids different, so I'm not judging you. But I just fucking stop saying you're for children. Just stop. Just stop. You just stop. If I can know what you are, don't, as Vince Russo says, don't be halfway pregnant. Know what you are. And you know what? A lot of people are like, oh, it's got to be Attitude Era. I don't think so. Pixar tells a great story. Perry the Platypus tells me, I have kids. There are children's entertainment that adults like. WWE is not.
Look at Sesame Street.
Yeah. I mean, Sesame Street, I think Sesame Street
one of the longest running kid shows that has adult references and comedy hidden within it.
Yeah, but I also think one thing that has Sesame Street going for it is that many parents have watched it through their childhood, so they're experiencing it. Like Perry the Platypus is a really good show, Phineas and Ferb, and there's some other really good shows where, you know, the parents ain't bored as shit wanting to kill themselves. And WWE, if you're for the children, and John Cena's for the children, I'm gonna beat this dead horse. Why is Saturday Morning Slam canceled? And why wasn't John Cena on every single episode of Saturday Morning Slam? I want to beat that dead horse, but I'd like to hear your answer at WWE GoFuckYourself.net. All right. Yeah, so there's that. They keep stealing the titles. Bloop 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 bloop. Now back to back for the children, right? I,
Yeah. Oh
why?
yeah.
Why it's if you're 8 years old and you know nothing about you're watching a television show. Wyatt just burnt the Undertaker alive. Now you could be like, oh, you're nitpicking here. I'm not the asshole saying we're for kids. You're the asshole saying you're for the kids. So we had penis pills and burning someone alive. All right, not bad.
Yeah, we're off to a good start.
We're off to a good start.
You don't like that stuff?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I don't fucking get it. Like, just admit what you are.
They don't want
Admit what you are.
to sponsor money from like toys or anything like that. That's why they don't want to be fully adult. They want to have their feet in both things. That's why they do it.
Yeah, but my thing is, like, I'd be totally okay with them just basically making clear to their fan base, like, hey, the first hour of Raw, that one we book it for the kids. Do an opening segment that works for everyone. That
John Cena defending the U.S. title every week.
Yeah, and just have, like, every week, the first hour, just make the first hour the kiddie type stuff. Because they're kids. They shouldn't fucking be up till midnight anyways.
Yeah, it's just
And
because not only that, but like anyone that's
eating.
anyone that's had kids. I collect kids like they're goddamn Pokemons around here. Anyone that has kids, let me tell you, when you're done watching television, there's still 2 more hours of activity, especially if you have multiple kids. There's bath, brushing teeth, studying, making sure you're ready for tomorrow. So basically, if you have one kid, all right, I have 3 kids. It takes about 90 minutes. So let's say it's a half hour per kid, but you're fucking hustling as a parent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's say you're hustling. So your 8-year-old, which is John Cena's demographic, finishes up around 11:30, right? He's good. Then if the parents hustle, what, you got a half hour to get that kid to bed. He's not going to sleep till midnight. Really? WWE? You're for the kids? You're for the kids. Stop lying about what you are.
Can we just get a brand split and just make SmackDown booked like NXT and just put Daniel Bryan on that show? Let's just make SmackDown the Intercontinental title show and just put all those guys from that on SmackDown in a brand war. Just have them over there. Just please.
Just a little bit of history about that. One time there was Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, I think Eddie Guerrero, maybe Chris Benoit. My memory is shady.
Rey Mysterio.
American Alucard. Just back me up if I mess up anything. But they had like pure wrestling ran by Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
and they surpassed Raw's ratings, and they fucking canceled it and fired everyone, and they combined rosters. Now, granted, a lot of that's me summing up a big chunk of history, but basically they had a wrestling show ran by a Wrestling Minds, and just like Ambrose, just like Punk, when you beat sports entertainment, they punish you. And Paul Heyman and SmackDown was punished.
I've never seen a company that hates their own success and fans at the same time.
Right.
If it isn't what they like. Who does that in business?
Why don't they just give Heyman like one of the throwaway shows like fucking Main Event that no one cares about? No one cares about Main Event. Why don't you give it to someone who can make people care about it? Even if it's only an hour of pro res, have him put on pro res matches that help build up hype for upcoming matches. Have him show off what 2 guys from 2 different feuds can do by having a match off in the fucking main event, and then people get excited because they're like, wow, these guys can really fucking go.
We're gonna break down one more match, and then we're going to live comments. So please, get your live comments going. You got Kid, Cesaro, and Talia versus the Usos and Naomi. This was getting a lot of heat in the Internet Infantry chat, and I was shocked because I enjoy this storyline. I enjoy all the wrestlers. I enjoy the female wrestlers. I enjoy the tag teams. I don't know. Am I the only one? Because, like, we hang out in the Internet Infantry chat. You can also hit me up on Facebook, Twitter. I'm multitasking while watching Raw. And I was shocked by how much my social audience, I guess is an appropriate way to say it, the social members of the Internet Infantry, how much they were shitting on this feud and match. I actually really enjoyed this match. It was short, it was quick, they had some nice spots. I enjoy the storyline. It's pretty predictable where it's going, but even if it's predictable, for WWE standards, the matches and the storyline are pretty enjoyable. American a la carte, this is where you started watching, so what were your thoughts on this match?
I think people are just kind of sick of the Usos. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
It's just like they're getting it got so over pushed at the beginning. It's like they didn't get nothing at the beginning of their career, and now they got this Samoan wet swimming trunks gimmick, and then they got super pushed, and people were like, whoa, hold up, bro. Slow down. You're becoming John Cena, and they didn't stop. The match, it was all right. I mean, I don't know what did Natalya. Did she get her leg injured in the match? Because I came in, like I said, towards the end. Did she get her leg injured in the match?
I don't know. I think she was trying to sell it beforehand, because remember she kind of hurt her leg before. I think she's trying to sell a nagging injury.
But on SmackDown, she was wrestling like just regularly. I mean, she did like that headstand flip she does all the time.
I don't know. I guess we have to go to the internet. Internet dirt sheets. Is Natalya really hurt?
No,
no, she's not. I haven't read anything about it.
All right.
So I'm saying, like, SmackDown, she wasn't selling the injury, so like it's like not consistent.
All right, Rob, what was your thoughts on this match?
I'm with him. I agree about the Usos. Like, I've only been watching since WrestleMania, and I'm already sick of the Usos. Every time I watch one of their matches, I'm like, man, these guys they're a really good tag team. They're good wrestlers. But I'm just so tired of seeing them. There should be more than one tag team. Like, it feels like the tag division is just Usos versus whoever at the time. And it just feels like it's always the Usos involved in every single tag feud, and it's frustrating.
I think if I could just add something, I think the thing that hurts the Usos is, one, they were fucking bitch friends to John Cena. I think that hurt their reputation. Two, I think that, they're pushed. They're not pushed as hard as Cena, but they're pushed the hardest of the tag team division. They're not getting the Roman Reigns, John Cena treatment, but they're still getting special treatment. And the third thing is, I think they're really good wrestlers. It just seems like it's the same really good match.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go to some live comments. We'll go back to breaking it down. You can check us out at the CocoSports.net Internet Infantry Chat, at CocoSports on Twitter or on YouTube. Kevin on the CocoSports.net Internet Infantry Chat says apparently the Andre the Giant crack was ad-libbed in response to a fan too, and that's good. Paul Heyman's a god. We'll get to Paul Heyman in a second. All right, boom, boom, boom. Bullet Club Biggs is watching on Google+. Bullet Club Biggs in the house. I thought Raw was a win. Bullet Club Biggs, I know, right? Sorry, Jersey. To choose between Tokyo, Japan, or New Jersey, I'm not from Jersey. I'm going to choose Tokyo. Well, you know what? New Jersey has a special place in my heart. And it's one of those weird things, like New Jersey, Marine Corps boot camp, and high school have something in common. The farther away I'm from it, no, the farther I am away from it, the more I remember the good times and not the bad times. But as soon as someone says, do you want to go back to Marine Corps boot camp? I'm like, fuck no. You want to go back to high school? Fuck no. Or they're like, do you want to go back to New Jersey? And you're like,
Let me get Banshee on that.
You would go back if there was a WrestleMania in New Jersey.
I don't know. I don't know if I would ever go back to America. I don't think it's a New Jersey thing. It's just an America thing. Like,
you're telling me you wouldn't go see...
No.
You wouldn't go see WrestleMania in New Jersey if the main event was Enzo and Big Cass for the tag team titles.
All right, I am going to... I'm retweeting you, by the way. But I am going to right now, tell you the only thing that could bring me back to America. And it's not pro wrestling, it's not money, it's not job. It's the craziest thing. But the only thing I miss about it... Well, there's two things, actually, now that I'm going. is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, because they're hard as shit to find in
I knew
Japan.
I fucking knew it.
Second is Wawa. Like, I kid you not, like, I could see being interrogated by, like, some TSA, NSA, NDAA fucking monster squad, and they're just terrorizing me. They're like, we'll give you money. I'm like, I'm not going back to America. They're waterboarding me. And they're like, all right, what about all the free Wawa? And I'm like, I'm proud to be a Wawa man, or at least I know I can press the buttons for my hoagie. All right.
You said
a lot
Reese's
of people.
peanut butter cups or Reese's breakaways?
No,
I'm
he
a
said
peanut butter cup guy. I'm a peanut butter cup guy, dude, and it's so hard. You know, I try to get like the Japanese chocolate with the American peanut butter. It's just not the same. It's not the same. Every care package I have, though, thanks to my family and friends, every care package I have, there's like 200 pounds of peanut butter cups in it, and I kid you not, like in 48 hours, it's gone. Now, granted,
that's it.
That's not healthy.
People start sending them diet peanut butter cups.
As long as they taste the same, I'm okay with
You're gonna kill the man.
I'm okay.
Check that one I just sent you in the chat. $10 for a 40-ounce bag, free shipping.
Ooh,
from
free
Amazon.
shipping to Japan? Free shipping in America and free shipping to Japan are two different things. I'm gonna keep that. I actually put it on my little wish list. Boop, wish list. All right, we're getting off track. So, anesthesia. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I'm pronounced. At ANASTASIAKOUKIA has favored our tweet, and at Marcus New York 15 has favored our tweet and retweeted us. So much love. I don't understand what the big. I favorite people all the time. I'm like, hey, good job, guy. But I don't understand like what's the benefit. We're all about the retweets here, baby. Friend Yelly on the Facebook says they had. It is not unusual to see a heel winning a title at Mania unless you are Triple H on WrestleMania 19. They also had Kendrick and Paul London, Benjamin and Charles has, etc. I'm sure that made sense in context. Did anyone see when Cesaro tagged Natty after they avoided the stink face from one of the Usos? All right, and can you exposure make and or break or can overexposure make or break a wrestler? I don't think it's overexposure. It's if
Bad
they're
booking.
handed everything where it's absolutely ridiculous, and the whole company is going towards them. I don't think because I think The Rock was overexposed. I think Stone Cold,
it
Kurt
makes them
Angle,
over-related.
but I don't think
makes
it's.
them too.
I don't think it's an overexposure thing as much as this motherfucker's getting handed everything. At least The Rock had someone to slow him down. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know.
It makes them unrelatable, like entirely unrelatable, because your average person can't look at this guy who just no matter what, he just always has the upper hand and he's always the winner. It's hard to really cheer for that guy because you can't relate to that guy. It's like, hey, no one's life is perfect. No one gets through life without ever having to really push or struggle. And that's why people love Daniel Bryan. It's because it feels like Daniel Bryan is struggling. It feels like Daniel Bryan's whole career is he's just trying to make it. He's just struggling. And people can relate to that. Whereas with Roman Reigns, it feels like, hey, God sort of just farted in his direction and now he's fucking blessed with the strength of God's anus and he can obliterate any man and any toilet.
All right, let's rock some YouTube comments. Thank you so much. I know that you have a lot of options on YouTube, so we appreciate that you're part of our community. Let's go. 9 likes, no dislikes. Usually when I mention that, some jerk's like, you know what? Fuck you. Let's keep it
guys,
live, baby.
Anyone who hasn't disliked, just remember, he said this was a win. I'm going to dislike it right now.
Why you gotta do that, man? Why?
He said it was a win. I'm just ashamed
Kevin
of it.
on the Internet Image says, Reese's peanut butter cups are great, right out of the refrigerator so they don't melt. Try eating Doritos right after peanut butter cups. Smiley face. No, I'm just a peanut butter cups guy. I don't know why I stuttered so much there. Maybe it was the memories of how great peanut butter cups were. Alex the Sauce Boss, a high-ranking member of the Internet Imagery, says, Ty, some pretty good matches, but after 3 hours, I want to take a nap now. Well, it's a good thing we're only going to have a 5-hour podcast to break it down. Nathan Brown. With you, Dave, win. Not because of quality, but because it's been so bad recently. This is improvement. So you see, Nathan Brown's with me. Nathan Brown's got my back. And he's waving the American flag. Writing win made me feel dirty. He's responding to his own comment. I jumped on that bandwagon too long. He said, writing win made me feel dirty. I go tie. Maybe a build-up should be amazing. Remember when they wanted you to buy pay-per-views and they built up their shows? Oh, those were the good old days. Total Elimination. He's been rocking even the smaller shows, so I appreciate it. Says, fucking loss. Roman fucking sucks. Roman Reigns died for your sins, Total Elimination. Show him some respect.
Oh, he didn't. Fuck Roman Reigns.
Kev, and you used to be the biggest Roman Reigns fan, so you know coming from you
until
that's
they turned him into John Cena.
Yeah. Kevin K. Esco says, tell me what you guys would think about the WrestleMania main event being Ambrose versus Lesnar instead of Reigns. A million times better.
I think everyone's okay with pretty much anyone but Reigns right now.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell people Zack Ryder was doing it, and people would be okay with it.
No, who to get over, shouldn't, kayfabe-wise, shouldn't get over, but people would lose their shit. Axelmania.
Oh my god, I would do it.
Axel versus Brock Lesnar. Granted, kayfabe-wise, it would fucking not be that great of a match, but dude, people would just lose their shit in pure happiness.
How fucked up would it be if they just they're like, all right, Reigns has been injured, but we have another man, and they just announce Axel, and he comes out with his countdown clock still going?
That would be, dude, I love it.
It doesn't even have to be a real match. It could be a squash match. Like, I'd be okay with Brock Lesnar just throwing him out of the rings over the ropes and just being like, you're eliminated.
And now, there's a lot of losses and a lot of wins, and we're debating this, but I think one thing that all three of us could agree with, and maybe I'm jumping the shark here, Monday Night Raw for Raw standards was pretty funny and fun.
Yeah, for Raw standards. If we're going off Raw standards, yes. If we're going off all the other wrestling shows in the last 2 weeks, no.
All right. Kevin in the Internet Adventure Chat says...
Well, you made TNA look watchable.
Don't go there. You're going to break people's hearts. Kevin, I usually don't bother with win, loss, or tie. What? That's like our gimmick. We've had other podcasts steal that. And we totally did not steal that off a 70s game show. Win, loss, or tie, but for what it's worth, win. WWE has failed to book a decent wrestling show, so they're relying on celebrity power and glitz. And while it'll probably fail on WrestleMania night, tonight it succeeded. All right. Marcus Rollin, high-ranking member of the Internet Infantry, glad you could back. After watching New Japan and TNA Friday, Dragon Gate Saturday, and ROH Sunday, this Raw was definitely a loss. The Jon Stewart shenanigans and Heyman continuing to blow Reigns' cock was dreadful. Whoa, Marcus Rollin. I thought, all right. I see your point.
Read the last sentence, the one he erased. It's it was,
he erase
you
something?
disappoint me, Dave. No, he didn't erase that, but I think in his heart he probably wrote that and then backspaced over it because he didn't want to hurt your feelings. But deep down he was like, I'm disappointed, Dave.
All right, but for the record, I've been peer pressured into giving my win-loss tie as this. You ready? I didn't want to kill myself. That's the official. AC Dub Ribs 24. I can't say his name without screaming like a really bad DJ. Why still no live video chat? I really miss the days. It's like watching Raw but better. Are you talking about us being live? Oh, because I have nerve damage in Twitch and I'm not good looking, and with audio I don't have to put away my bed. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but Coco Sports might look shiny, but the reality is, if I put on the camera, I have to put away my bed. So it's a combination of I have nerve damage, and it was pretty bad yesterday. I was talking to Rob, and Rob's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, I just twitch. So it's a combination of being ugly, nerve damage, and laziness. And we do have a live chat. We have a live chat at cocosports.net during Raw. I don't know which you're talking about, so I hope that helps.
Yep. Where you can hear us talk about how much we hate Reigns.
Yeah. Grevin64. I mean, I'm still not good looking. Just in case, people are worried. Grevin64. Loss for me, but then again, I took a 2-month hiatus from wrestling. We have We had the Reverend Al Cena at 9 o'clock hour. Then the main event, Roman made sure he had taken his Flintstone vitamins and ate his Fruity Pebbles. Yes, the Jon Stewart thing was entertaining, and the Divas match was horrible. And the good moment just wasn't enough for me to give it even a tie. Now, I ask you this, Internet Infantry, because I know you Western cultures really love your politics. If you didn't like Jon Stewart, does his show and his political beliefs change your opinion? And try to be honest. I'm not going to judge you, because I always wonder that, because like I haven't lived in America for about 7-8 years now, and I stopped watching news like 4 or 5 years ago because I'm like, if we're not killing the people on top, what's the point? Oh, the people on top are evil? Oh, we still support them and worship them? Oh, please subscribe to your fucking newsfeed. But I ask you this not to insult, not to get into a political debate, but if you thought Jon Stewart wasn't good, does your political beliefs or his political beliefs, was that a factor? And can we please, Internet Infantry, because pro wrestling is supposed to be an escape from real life debates, if we could keep this conversation civil. But if you were like, fuck Jon Stewart, did it have something to do with his political beliefs or your political beliefs? Because I thought he was completely entertaining, and when it comes to government officials, I hate them all. I fucking hate them all. Let's see. Boop, 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 ba-da. All right. I Am Mikey says, a pay-per-view profit. I Am Mikey. Please re-email me your address, because I've been trying to send you something, and it's returned 3 times. And now I'm worried that you think I'm a fucking lying cocksucker, which half of that is true.
Yeah, listen, man. He is a cocksucker, but he's not lying to you. He just wants to send you that dick picture.
Why we gotta go down this road? Why? Granted, I probably opened the door, but still. Moving on.
You opened that door.
I Am Mikey says, Booker T documentary way better than the 3-hour Raw trash. LOL. I haven't seen the Booker T documentary. I want to see it. Nathan Brown says, even NXT on the WWE app goes to commercials during matches. That's fucking horrible. Didn't the old shows only break between matches unless it was only a 15-minute match? I remember Jericho talking about them being 12-minute matches on TV shows. I feel so old. But yeah, they used to have pro wrestling matches, and then there would be commercials, and at the very end, Japan still does this, at the very end you would get your promos. You know, if you watched a lot of old school wrestling, and depends how far back you go, we're kind of older gentlemen on this show. Yeah, wrestling used to be the biggest selling point, and then the promos were literally there to say, come to the local arena in your town to watch us. Like, that's what pro wrestling used to be, and it was beautiful. There you go. Kevin K. Esco says Reigns is going to win that title when Rollins cashes in, but no surprise here, RKO from Randy Orton, and Reigns keeps the belt till the next night. If that's the truth, if that's what's going to happen, Kev, I'm going to cry. I'm not even going to lie. I'm straight up going to have man tears.
The only way I'll be okay with the cash-in getting interrupted is if it's Rollins and it sets up a triple threat.
Rihanna Jackson, the queen of the Internet Infantry, says they hinted that the commercial was about penis pills last week. If the joke is predictable, it's not funny as it can be. I just think it wasn't... I don't know, to me, I don't think it was supposed to be funny as much as cheesy. Like, I think they were trying to... Because, like, in the Attitude Era, they had really funny stuff, and they had really good wrestling and shock value stuff, but they also threw in just cheesy segments for the sake of being cheesy. And I felt like this was an Attitude Era cheesy segment. Are you guys with me on that one? I don't know if they were trying to be funny as much as they were trying to be cheesy. Or am I just becoming slowly a WWE defender?
It's definitely their brand of comedy, you know, trying to be a fail at adult comedy. That's what they're famous for.
Yeah, I feel like that's just Vince McMahon telling jokes, and sometimes they're not that great.
Stillwell Plays, we'll get back to you after we break it down some more. So you can reach us on YouTube, in the CocoSports.net Internet Infantry, Facebook, or at Coco Sports on Twitter, KOCO Sports. All right, let's break this down some more, shall we? John Cena comes out. Music hits, cuts a promo. Once again, we're grading on the curb. Not bad for John Cena, but New Jersey's still letting him have it. And I think the big thing of this was Stephanie McMahon being best friends with Andre the Giant, even though she confuses him with Big Show all the time in storylines. He's my best friend that I accidentally put that storyline on the Big Show. You know how there's racism? What is giantism? Would that be the equal quality of it? Like all giants look the same to her?
Yeah, they do. They're all just huge.
But basically it leads to Rusev. He has to accept it. And Rusev is still doing his job, but here's my question. The segment wasn't bad for John Cena. I think we can all agree on that. It wasn't a good segment, but for John Cena and Stephanie, it wasn't bad. But here's my question. At WrestleMania, with fans, pure pro wrestling fans, traveling the world to watch it live, does Rusev get cheered, and is there a Russia chant? American Alucard, your early predictions on WrestleMania crowd towards Rusev.
Cena's going to be there in the match. They're going to be... where are they at? California?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's San Francisco 49ers' new stadium.
Oh, that's tough. Cena... okay. Cena's going to get booed, of course. And Rusev, he's going to get... They're going to be "Let's Go Rusev" chants. I think that's going to happen.
I mean, do you think that they go Russia, Russia, and it outdrowns the USA chants?
They'll probably go Cena sucks, USA, and "Let's Go Rusev."
All right.
It'll be very confusing.
Rob,
See, I think it'll be "Let's Go Cena," "Cena sucks," that chant mixed together, because that's a mainstay. And I think the USA chants, I just think Rusev is just such a good heel that and he nails the patriotism thing, and I just don't see people ever turning. He's such a good heel that people still want to cheer against him.
But here's the thing: do you think Rusev has the U.S. title and he's like, if you can change, and I can change, we can all change? Or am I just too much of a Drago mark for to pull that off?
Yeah, you're a Drago Mark. I personally, my hope is that he crushes fucking John Cena and then makes a Russia belt.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
It'd be awesome though.
Because it's Cena's time now.
Yeah.
His
Well,
time is up.
after he wins the U.S. title, he'll have a good chance. Oh man, I don't even want to talk.
Everyone knows John Cena only lets you win once.
Dude, if I was John Cena and I had as much pull as I had, and I just had his career, you know what I mean, like people booing, cheering, there's no way I don't show up to Mania wearing a shirt that says, "At least I'm not Reigns."
That'd be hilarious, but he'd never do it.
Great, because John Cena does have a sense of humor when it comes to fucking busting the hashtag thanks IWC, hashtag not a real group, hashtag fake terrorism. I don't have peanut butter and jelly fucking Reese's peanut butter cups here. Thanks IWC. But it has busted balls before, like the John Cena riot thing and all that. So I don't know. Even though I'm a huge John Cena hater, I would definitely be laughing my ass off if he came out with a shirt that said, "At least I'm not Reigns." John, come on. I've had to deal with your shit for too long. Can you at least do one thing for me?
I think it would be better if he just entered the Reigns music with Reigns' entrance. Just goes down to the ring.
I don't know. That might be the perfect storm of fucking just fans just blowing up and fucking. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think it's too far. It's too far. Axelmania comes out. They talk shit. They make a match, and for 1 second, John Cena he fucking brings up a good point. Like he cuts a decent promo. You know what? And granted, they're booking him the way I would book him. I'm not saying that they stole my idea. I'm just fucking thinking it very loudly because I'm delusional. But I didn't think it was that bad. But then he's like, "I'm going to kick your fucking ass." Boop! Hey, do you know fucking Hart is having a brand new movie?
I do want to say...
It just went straight to commercial.
Is it just me, or is Cena, since Rumble, actually a likable character now?
Well, yeah, because they're giving him human qualities, and he's not the golden boy.
And
Cena was a likable character when he was forced to join Nexus for 36 minutes. He was a likable character when he was sad on stage. Here's the problem. When you're perfect and everything is handed to you, unless you are a fucking complete fucking... What's the word? I'm trying not to be offensive.
retard.
Yeah, no. That's
Mentally
too offensive.
handicapped.
Maybe. If you're the type of guy who plays John Madden on easy and you're winning 250 to nothing, yet you refuse to put it on normal, that's the type of guy you are. You know, that's the type of guy.
That's how Roman Reigns actually does play.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just he's not handed everything. He's human, and you know nowadays, you know when a sport is predetermined and everything is handed to you, including merchandise deals, including advertisement, including dirty charity. When everything's handed to you, it's hard to fucking root for that guy. I mean, anyone that says, "Oh, I like John Cena," go fucking hug the most worthless piece of shit that's good looking and has a family relative in your job, and tell him you're a fan of his. It's just, I don't know. I don't see it. But if he has human qualities, he's going against the Russian. He's not fucking being handed everything. John Cena, will he ever be good? No. But will he be at the point where I don't fucking want to kill myself? Then yes, I think he can be.
I disagree. I think he could be good. I think that right now they're at a point where it can end up John Cena just with a US belt, or it could end up a new John Cena. And I think that the gimmick, the veteran who people don't think can hack it, I think honestly having Rusev just really kick his ass at the pay-per-view, and then having John Cena going forward from that sort of have this loss of purpose and direction, like question his life.
Dude, how pissed off if John Cena
would be amazing.
Rusev? That's absolutely true. But how pissed off if John Cena puts over Rusev? How pissed off are you if you're Bray Wyatt?
Pretty upset, except for the fact that I'm getting Taker.
Are you really getting Taker? Or are you getting Doc Brown dressed as the Undertaker?
Listen, you get to end the streak again.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever thought about that? Like, there's no benefit if Undertaker loses tonight, then Undertaker has no heat going into WrestleMania 32, which they're claiming that they want to do. Like, the rumors are all claiming that they want to do too. So he has to beat Wyatt. That's the worst part.
Yep. And then Wyatt could be like, fucking, to steal a line from Wrestling Renton, he could be like, well, he's like Jake the Snake without a fucking title. And like, you know what? Those days are over. I know that, but I guarantee if you ask Jake the Snake right now, yeah, of course he's going to say, oh, I didn't need a title because I was so over. But then you're like, well, would you like to have been a champion? Would you like to have done that? He's going to say yes. It's so funny because like everyone's like, fucking pro wrestling, fucking the titles mean absolutely nothing. Yet in shoot interviews and Hall of Fame speeches, they're breaking down and crying about the title. Fucking,
well, that was the older wrestlers. This generation, I don't think will do that.
Just like, title?
Like, yeah, I had that belt like 37 times. What's the big deal? Everyone gets the belt.
That is true. That is true. A very short match, but with that said, I think it helped John Cena, and I think it helped Axelmania into his new comedy role that I absolutely love. So
it's running wild, brother.
Exactly. Then
I love Axel.
All right. First off, American a la carte. It's going to get a little uncomfortable because white guys are going to talk about race.
That's okay.
Fucking dude. Come on, Triple H, how fucking racist piece of shit can you fucking be? Like, really? Okay, first off, you call out JBL, you call out Big, and you're like, oh, well, I heard about that. But then you call out Booker T. If Booker T could legit, even if it's just shoot fade, if he could legit shoot on what he thought of WCW, Sting, and WWE, I'm fine with that. If he could even fucking shoot from the hip, I'm fine with that. But to have Booker T come in be a bullshit fucking character, give the most bullshit fucking answer, then you fucking fire him, and then Booker T just accepts it and walks out. It's racist, and the reason why it's fucking racist is, fucking come on, dude. Just get the fuck out of here, dude. It's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. So wait. Jon Stewart and Paul Heyman can fucking strut around like fucking roosters, but Booker T has to be a fucking bitch. And not only that, but what a bullshit answer. So you're not going to let Booker T shoot. You're not going to let Booker T shoot. You're going to give him the fucking words. And the words are the most pathetic fucking thing in the world. Well, Sting, if I was you, I would do that too. It's just, dude, come on. We get it. You're racist. Can we just fucking move on? You could have been basically like, hey, fuck WCW, fuck Sting, hashtag tweet on Twitter. And guess what? You don't have to fucking show your true racist colors, you fucking cock fucking hammer.
The part that pisses me off is,
dude, you could have fucking tweeted out. Look, the WWE, fuck you, Triple H. It's just bullshit because here's the thing. You could be like, oh, look, it's not racism. All right, then how come Jon Stewart got to shoot?
I don't think it's...
Even if it's shoot Fabe, how come Paul Heyman got to shoot Fabe? So let me tell you. So let me tell you. Michael Cole, Jon Stewart, Paul Heyman can all run their fucking mouths like they fucking are built like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But Booker T has to look like a fucking asshole.
I think I don't want to say it's racism so much. I want to say it's bad.
I wish New Jersey, dear New Jersey.
But I see your point. Like, I think my biggest gripe is it was a great chance for them to have had Booker T seal himself as the face broadcaster, because he could have stood up. He could have stood up Triple H, and he could have been like, "You don't understand. Sting is a monster. You can't handle that guy. You don't have any idea what you're up against or what you're in for at WrestleMania if he shows up. You don't know what you're getting into." And he could have just went and talked about matches he's had against him, and he could have made him sound so amazing. And it would have been put over even more later on when people watch the Booker T documentary and they're like, "Holy shit, Booker T is a badass."
Yeah, and that's a great point. Who the fuck, like, let's say you don't know who Booker T is. You don't know how fucking great he is. You don't know about Harlem Heat. You don't know about his WCW title runs. Let's say you're that fan. Let's say you knew nothing about Booker T. That's the only segment you saw. You're not buying that shitty fucking DVD now.
No.
Like, if all you know about Booker T is what you saw tonight or him on commentary, you're not buying the DVD.
Even if all you know is his WWE career, you're probably not buying the DVD. They better have WCW shit on that DVD and documentary, because that's the best part of his career.
They definitely have WCW shit. But for real, how shitty would that documentary be if there was no WCW footage?
Well, here's the part where I was the Rock's sidekick.
Oh, man.
No, they'll probably have him on the DVD getting his ass kicked in the supermarket by Stone Cold. Highlights of his career.
Two things, American a la carte. The Stone Cold thing, am I the only person that didn't like that? Like, when I talk to people are like, oh, that's a great memory. I fucking hated that segment. And the second thing is, what are your thoughts on the segment now that it's completely awkward?
I mean, you gotta think about it. It's Triple H. It's the same guy that did this to Booker T years ago at WrestleMania, 19 or so. Booker T was supposed to go over in that match. People like you don't win championships.
He did the same thing with Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah. So he has a. If I was a black wrestler, why would I go to WWE besides the money?
How excited are you right now as Willie Mack or Uhaa Nation?
Oh, I think Willie Mack he got released because of whatever, but Uhaa Nation.
Yeah, Uhaa. The rumor is that they're saving for the first season of the new Tough Enough, and
Tough Enough.
He won't make it. They can only pick one, and it won't be a black one, because Vince won't allow that.
Dude, if Uhaa Nation is just signed to be on Tough Enough, I promise you this.
It's a huge waste of talent.
I promise you this. I've met Vince McMahon 3 times in my life. You know, I met Vince McMahon 3 times in my life. If I promise you, if Yuhan Nation's on Tough Enough, I am the 4th time I ever meet Vince McMahon and I'm in the same room. Don't care who's around. I'm whipping out my small white dick and pissing on him. I don't care if I go to jail. I don't care if Vince McMahon beats the fuck out of me. I want to make this public so that when I ever do meet Vince McMahon, you know what's up. If I meet Vince McMahon, I've met him 3 times. If I meet him a 4th time, now the odds are very slim that this is going to happen. But if I meet Vince McMahon a 4th time and Yuhan Nation is in fucking Tough Enough, I'm whipping out my small penis. And I'm keep mentioning the word small because, you know, if it's anything but small, you'll be impressed. So I'm whipping out my small white penis and I am pissing on him. I don't know what
they won't even need to censor it.
I don't I don't know what the punishment is going to be, but someone has to.
I feel like you should just instead just take some sneezing powder and just toss it in the air so everyone starts sneezing all around Vince McMahon. He'd be horrified.
All right.
He'd be horrified. Yeah, you don't know that he apparently hates people sneezing around him. It freaks him out because he thinks it's gross.
Really?
Yeah, like that's one of the jokes people always talk about with him is that apparently he doesn't like sneezing.
I did not know that. Knowing is
'Cause he's
half the
weird.
battle. All right. Anyone else want to make the if you meet Vince McMahon pact with me? Who's with me? Who's coming with me? Dude, you are Nation on Tough Enough. I don't even know what the fuck it said. And then you know that whore Trish Stratus is going to be there like, I don't think you have what it takes. Me. Dude, let me tell you something. Anyone who watched Tough Enough and still has respect for Trish Stratus just has respect for a fucking whore. Watch Tough Enough with Trish Stratus. I think there's Booker T, Trish Stratus, the guy who beats and rapes divas, allegedly, and Booker T.
Randy Orton?
No, the fat guy, Hugh Morris.
Randy Orton poops in their bags.
What about when if ACH goes to WWE? What kind of gimmick do you think Vince McMahon, Triple H are going to give ACH, the high-flying, kind of dancing, talking young black guy?
ACH.
I don't know what they do.
I love ACH. I've never fallen in love with an indie wrestler not named Roderick Strong this fast. I love ACH. Like I remember I watched him at Beyond Wrestling because Beyond Wrestling. I could be off about this, so I apologize if the facts are off. But Beyond Wrestling got a Kickstarter or something along those lines and flew in ACH, and I was like, man, Kickstarter, he has to be good. And I turned on my YouTubes, and I watched the match, and I was just like, you know what? I fucking love this guy. Like it was instant love. I love ACH. I just think he's probably one of the best guys on the indies right now, and he's so fucking young.
What baffles me is there's so many amazing black wrestlers on the indies that WWE just doesn't seem to realize even exist.
Yuhan Nation, there's no way. There's no
dancer.
Now, ACH, I don't know. I picture them making him like an underdog superhero, but to the point where it's not cool. Like, I could see ACH playing the role of Hurricane Shane Helms.
Wait, do they actually have ACH signed? Because that would be amazing.
No, I don't think so. I think he just
did a tryout.
Bring it up. Oh, he has a tryout?
He had a tryout.
Yeah. They're like, you're short and black? Well, why did you bother coming today?
Sexy Star had a tryout and didn't make it, so...
Roderick Strong, too. And here's the weird thing. Roderick Strong, the reports say, he was good at cutting promos. I thought that was a bit odd. I love Roderick Strong, too. All right, back to WWE.
Real quick, I just want to say, I think the only reason Yuhan Nation made it through the tryouts is he probably let Vince McMahon come over and rub oil on his muscles. And Vince is like, this one's getting in. We need him. I haven't felt this since Bobby Lashley. It just feels so wrong, but so right.
Here's my question. Do you think when they see Yuhan Nation's size, they're like, fuck yeah, this guy's going to be a star. And then they see him wrestle and they're like, what? You're an amazing wrestler? Cut him now. Cut him now. Like, I could see Tough Enough. Vince McMahon rubbing coconut oil all over Yuhan Nation's boobies and going, you got what it takes, big boy. And then he goes in the ring and puts on a 5-star match, and they're like, How dare you? How dare you disrespect my nipple rubbings with your great pro wrestling skills?
Flips and kicks. What the fuck?
Did you just do flippy shit? In my ring?
Dear newer fans that don't know what we're talking about, please check out Yuhan Nation, Dragon Gate stuff. He's a very big pro wrestling athlete, and he wrestles like a cruiserweight. Just imagine Bobby Lashley wrestling like Pac.
I don't think Bobby Lashley. I would say imagine Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, maybe.
Imagine Titus O'Neil had sex with like Dean Malenko, and they made this awesome little baby, and then they let it get raised and trained by Eddie Guerrero, and then that baby is Uhaa Nation.
I think that's the best way to describe it. All right. Next, hashtag give divas a chance. Hashtag Stephanie McMahon is not a feminist but a whore. They put on a match. They actually gave it time. It was enjoyable. And you know WWE respects the WWE Divas division because they went to commercial during their match. I mean, if that's not progress, if that is not progress, I don't know what is. I just don't know what is. So congratulations, girls. You did something amazing. What a big step for women. But with my sarcasm stepped aside, they were given time for WWE Divas matches. Considering Nikki Bella was in there, and Nikki Bella really has improved. But with that said, fuck you, her storyline was horrible. Because there's some YouTubers out there that are like, the Bella storyline is good, just give it time. I will never forgive you for that, YouTubers. Come clean and say I was wrong. But yeah, Nikki Bella versus Paige.
I thought it was good at the time, and I'll come clean now and say I was wrong. I didn't expect WWE to just forget that Brie and Nikki hated each other suddenly and make them besties. So my bad.
All right, hold on. I'm going absolutely cheesy. Give me a second. Really bad shows use sound effects, and I think we qualify as a really bad show. There you go. Did it feel good? Do you feel like John Cena with that piped-in crowd noise? All right.
A little bit.
Paige wins by DQ because she's about to win, and it's a pretty decent women's match for WWE standards. And Nikki Bella's improving, but still not good. And the Bellas break it up, but then, because Twitter and Facebook and social, you already knew about this. But still, it was booked good, and if you didn't read the online, you didn't know. But AJ Lee returned, and it looks like they're setting up a tag match with AJ Lee, Paige, and I enjoy the AJ Lee, Paige stuff. Hashtag give divas a chance. Some people like, it's a work, brother. At the end of the day, this is the first time they worked me, and I can be like, wow, the product improved. A lot of people think
if it's a work, then okay.
Well, my whole thing is, if it's a work, Stephanie McMahon is still... Hashtag Stephanie is not a feminist, you're just a whore. It's true. I don't understand this whole fucking, well, they're working her being a fucking sexist fucking asshole fucking sellout whore that was handed everything. Like, no, you can't work what you really are. You know what I mean? It's like an actor playing a racist, but he's racist in real life, and he's like, but I'm not racist, I played a racist on television. It doesn't get you out of the doghouse. I enjoyed this segment. American Alucard, you are a bigger fan of women's wrestling than all of us. What were your thoughts on this match?
I thought the match was decent. I mean, Paige, I like when Paige wrestles a good match and botch-free. Nikki Bella, most improved diva. I'm not the biggest fan of AJ Lee. She, in my opinion, she put a stranglehold on the Divas division, almost choked the life out of it, and I don't think the Divas division...
But is that her fault, or is that the booking fault? I don't think you can really blame her.
Yeah, but in her matches, her matches are just so vanilla.
Yeah, but you got to look at who she was against, and then look at the fact that you had Paige fighting great wrestlers at the same time in the lower cards of NXT. I personally think AJ is going to put on some amazing matches when Charlotte comes up, Sasha comes up. I think there are great women's wrestlers in NXT that'll put on 4 or 5 star matches with AJ Lee and Paige.
Yep. For AJ's size, like I watch a lot of Joshi wrestling, like everything like that. I'm judging AJ Lee by Natsuki Tamayo, Koguma, like the smaller women. And like when I turn to see AJ Lee matches, it's just like it's so slow and boring. And she does like 2 or 3 moves, like the spin kick.
And then, but isn't that because WWE waters down everyone though?
Paige was in Rob's defense, because I'm kind of in between here. I'm being judged. I agree with both of you, but I'm just going to defend Rob because I'm an asshole. In Rob's defense, Paige was a lot better on the Indies than she is in WWE. I don't. So go ahead.
Yeah, that's how I feel AJ might be too.
I don't know. Make AJ Lee into like a Brock Lesnar, like she's choking out divas half her size and barely putting on the moves. She's getting that John Cena treatment with she's doing less moves than Cena. It's not believable in any way of the sense. Like, how can she be a Divas champion without like some kind of manipulation or anything like that? She's like beating all the divas without barely wiping the sweat off her brow.
I do think it made more sense when she had Tamina.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever happened to it? I really enjoyed that storyline. It was dropped like a bad habit. Because even if Tamina's hurt, because I think she's still on the roster, even if she's hurt, she could have just walked down to the ring as a manager.
I don't know. I really loved them teaming up. I thought that was awesome.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to do the Jon Stewart segment. American a la carte, you take first. I'm going to be gone for like 3 minutes, so you guys carry it. And then after I give my take on Jon Stewart, when I get back, we'll go to live comments. So American a la carte, you go first, and American a la carte, Rob, you'll be driving the bus for 3 to 5 minutes.
Hold on one sec, though, because American a la carte actually likes the women's division, so I can actually talk more about that division with him.
If you want, but then...
I like women's wrestling in general. I like more of the Joshi wrestling, and some of the women's indie wrestling. So,
and I've started getting into the indies wrestling a lot more for the women because it's so much better. But do you think, is it just me, or is this actually a loss on the whole thing if we end up with a tag team main event for women's? Isn't that actually a step backwards for the women's division if the women's belt isn't even being defended at the biggest pay-per-view of the year for the company?
Yeah, of course. Anytime any belt isn't defended at any pay-per-view, I feel like that's a loss for that belt, especially like the Divas belt. And let's be honest, Divas tag teams are completely pointless, especially when they're mixed together, because there's no end result, because there's no Divas tag team belt to go for. So why you tag team it? It's a single thing.
Yeah, and not only that, but women and men mixed together in WWE is horrible after you've watched the indies. It is awful once you've seen the indies intergender fucking matches. It's just like, wait. You mean the guys actually, don't ignore the women doing shit that is fucking them over? Oh, okay, that's cool. WWE, they do, though. It's like, hey, whoa, you do what you need to. I'm not going to touch you. You win.
And then, if you like the WWE women's wrestling, don't watch Japanese Joshi wrestling. Don't watch Stardom. You will be spoiled because you'll watch Stardom and you'll be like, or just any Japanese Joshi wrestling, you'll be like, okay, I just watched Kana choke out somebody using a submission, and now I'm watching Samurai do a high kick. It's like
Kana and Lufisto killed my standards for some of the WWE women. It's like, wait, this is what it could be? Oh, this is heartbreaking.
Japanese wrestling and alternative wrestling can really kill your fandom for WWE.
I'm wondering, when is she gonna make that jump to America? Because her fan base is big enough, but she's still in Japan.
Yeah, but the thing is,
do you want her to make the jump?
Women in America get treated like shit. Japanese people get treated like shit. She's a woman and a Japanese person, and she's over like fucking Grover. She's like a legit celebrity. Like
seriously, if they brought her here, she'd end up getting a shit gimmick, like a geisha doll. That's all she'd be, as a geisha doll.
And the thing about Kana is, what a lot of people don't understand, those that don't live in Japan, she's like a legit celebrity. She's probably... maybe on the same level as famous, being a women's wrestler as much as in the designer slash hair world. Like,
I thought
you
you
know,
were
like if I ask my wife, oh, Kana, she'll say, oh, she's the hair designer that can wrestle. Like, she's kind of like, she's well off in Japan, and then you have the combination of, I want to go to America where women get treated like shit, and Japanese people get treated like shit. She's not like, well, sign me up, you know, and I'm just this, you know, going off assumptions here, but yeah. It's crazy. All right, let's go to some live comments, then we'll talk Jon Stewart.
Also, and so you know, our consensus is it's actually a loss overall for the work on us for the women's rights if the belt isn't even being defended at Mania.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
If
Yeah,
we get
that's a
that,
good point.
if that's a tag match at Mania, that's a loss.
Because that's what it looks like it's building up to. Or either that, or they're just going to throw all the divas in together. But then hashtag Stephanie, you're not a feminist, you're really just a whore. Is true. Kevin is on the Internet Infantry chat says, Cena's low, monotone just grates on me. Punky says, my vote is the whole fucking show sucked. Why? Because Ronda Rousey didn't tap anyone out at all. Yeah, the Coco Sports Internet Infantry chat fucking loves Ronda Rousey. I don't blame him.
Ronda Rousey's lucky she didn't show up, or else she would have had to job to Roman.
She would get an attitude adjustment.
Kevin, speaking of that, there's footage of an indie girl, I think it was Beyond Wrestling or a Beyond Wrestling event, where a dude beat the fucking piss out of her. We'll put it on the blog later, or put it linked down in doobly-doo, but it's getting really controversial in the Facebooks. It sucks that only time indie wrestling and international wrestling makes big-time news is like when something fucking horrible happens or something questionable happens. No one goes, hey, let's share this great match that happened on the indies. They're like, look at this incident. Kevin says a Booker T DVD without WCW would be, wait, if it was devoted to the Booker T and Goldust tag team, that could still be awesome. I don't know about all that. Punky says Ronda Rousey and Superman had a baby and named it Roman Reigns. Hashtag Ronda Rousey kills fake-ass divas. And then there's a bunch of pictures of Ronda Rousey. I'm starting to think the CocoSports.net Internet Infantry chat is becoming a Ronda Rousey fan club. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. All right, let's go across the board here. Bullet Club. Oh, Bullet Club Big's got a lot on Google Plus here. I learned more to the... Oh, it says Bullet Club Big says... Okay, where the fuck you start? Roman Reigns looked like a beast. I thought he was good in the Shield, and he's still straight to me. I'm not that smarky. Oh, you smarky son of a bitch. Yeah, to run around and knife him because he's getting top billing. I don't think it's smarky as much as storytelling.
He's not weak anymore.
No. I don't think, because, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, it's not smarky. No, smarky would be like he's a shitty wrestler. You know, like, oh, he's a shitty wrestler. Oh, he's
no. I think he's an amazing seller. I think he's better than Cena was. I think he's actually potentially could in like 5 years be a phenomenal wrestler. And I've said that all year long. I think Reigns isn't as bad in the ring as a lot of people say. But he's shit on the mic, and your fucking face should not be shit on the mic. The mic is the most important part if you're a sports entertainment company for your faces of your company. If he can't work the mic for shit, he does not need to be the main event, and he does not need to hold the title. He doesn't deserve it.
And I don't think
a mid-card title, a tag team title, that would be probably more suited for him.
Like, fuck, put him and Dean Ambrose together as the Shield tag team and have them take over the tag team division for a year, and that makes this guy fucking a monster.
Would be amazing.
Yeah, and it gives Reigns a chance to learn from someone who's way better than him on the mic, and maybe he'll actually fucking improve. But no, we don't want to do that. Instead, we want to make him his own guy, push him to the fucking moon, and just throw Dean Ambrose out, rather than let Dean Ambrose fucking make him a better wrestler, and both of them get a decent push out of it. Fuck you, WWE.
All right, hold on, Mr. Shield guy. Pump your brakes for a little bit. I'm gonna admit something. I'm a bit smarky. I don't know if anyone knew that. But I don't think the smarky side of me is that mad at Roman Reigns. I think the storyteller, the story reader, the story, what's the word I'm looking for? Enthusiast? Story enthusiast is way more angry than the smarky side. You know what I mean? I think the storyline of how bad it is definitely shuts up my smarky side. Like, if Roman Reigns was having 5-star matches and he could cut promos and shit, I still would be like, no, the storyline's too much. You know what I mean? So, yes,
see,
he
if
has
he could cut
weaknesses.
promos, he'd sell the stories and make them actually decent.
That's a possibility, but the fact that they have... I don't know, because if he could cut promos, then maybe they wouldn't have to give him everything.
Yeah.
You know, that's a possibility. Bullet
Like,
Club...
here's the thing. Like, look at the storylines. Just look at it since the Shield breakup. This is fucking Roman Reigns, and this is why it's bullshit. Post-Shield breakup, Roman Reigns just completely ignored Rollins, period. He didn't do shit to Rollins until after Dean Ambrose got his head put through concrete, and then suddenly he was interested in Rollins very briefly. So,
Alright.
Reigns basically, A, throws away his whole friendship, doesn't give a shit about it, fucks over all his buddies. That's storyline telling. He just fucking ignores the Shield suddenly once he's free of it. And then he gets injured, and he comes back even fucking stronger, because that's what happens when you get an injury. You come back with 10,000 times. Is he Goku? Or the writers from fucking
he's
Dragon
Anderson
Ball
Silva.
Z?
He's Anderson Silva.
Oh.
Oh, MMA joke. Giving myself a Barry Horowitz. Rob, I love you, brother, but we have to get through this.
I know.
There's a time limit. Wrestling Ranton, thank you for the tweet. Facebook, Franielli says, if you were a black wrestler, you should avoid confronting Triple H on air at all time. And also practice your racing field, because you're going to need it being black on WWE. Watching a match between Kana and... I'm sorry, fucking... Damn, those two work really stiff. So there you go. Yeah, Kana is absolutely amazing. But the thing is, Kana, sometimes she does comedy matches, and I respect her so much that I look the other way. But some of her comedy matches are a bit much. But still, she's one of amazing. All right, I'm going to go through these comments quick, just because we're running out of time and we have to cut it out, and I don't want to. Still will play. Saw an ad for Total Divas during Raw. Please tell me the Bella Twins are retiring and going away for a while. That's the problem with that storyline is they're still there, and it was recorded like 200 fucking years ago. Raw pissed me off for some reason. I'm legit pissed. He said, nice Viagra commercial. Total Elimination said, hashtag throw truth a bone. Still will play says, did she really say it's the first Mania without a Cena match in almost 2 decades? Stephanie McMahon is... She's spoiled. She's spoiled stupid. I guess that's the best way to describe her. And the announcers verified it too. Still will plays. You just make me sad. My wife made an interesting point. This is from Joshua Green. High-ranking member of the Internet Infantry. I even bought an Internet Infantry shirt. You can buy your Internet Infantry shirt at cocosports.net. My wife made an interesting point. What if Tyson Kidd feuds with Natalya? Hashtag give Divas a chance. The big problem with that, A, it's awesome, and B, I like the Miss Elizabeth Natalya type storyline, and C, I know there's a lot of rules in Canada television where a man and a woman can't wrestle or fight. I don't know the exact details, but I know there's Canada and certain countries, WWE can't show a woman and a man fighting. Rob says, Rob, you're on this show. I'm not reading your fucking comment.
That's a good comment, though. It's got a good rumor in it.
All right. Have you heard the rumors that the Ascension is getting sent back to re-debut as a new gimmick at the next NXT pay-per-view, rumored to be Hayes and McMahon decision? I feel bad for the Ascension. I was never a big fan, but they're fucking just falling apart.
Yeah.
Vincent says, I'm only here because of Jon Stewart. Why would I start watching professional wrestling again? I haven't watched since DCW. All right, well, I'm glad you're here, pal. But that's cool that, he hasn't watched since DCW, and Jon Stewart. I thought Jon Stewart was the perfect celebrity. We'll get to that. Do you think WWE is doing extreme overkill with the repeat booking of matches? Yes, without a doubt. Loonhouse 17, that was from I Am Mikey. Loonhouse 17, timeout. Starting on a play, please repeat comment. Loonhouse 317 says Roman Reigns is doing his best for internet fans. You know what? That's kind of a fair, I guess, yeah. I mean, he's trying. He's going through the motions. They're booking him. You know what? I thought that comment was going to rattle the cage a little bit. But no, I could see his point. 21 likes, 3 thumbs down. Oh, man.
Oh, one of those is me. Let me go and do it.
2 thumbs down. What a jerk. All right. All right, hold on. Let me see. Where the hell are we at? All right.
Now we have 22 likes and 2 dislikes.
I I think Stewart's dialogue was a little weak. The New Jersey Pride curb stomp thing was kind of offensive. I'm from New Jersey. And someone responded, then you're an idiot. All right, we don't have to get all fucking wild here. I think the curb stomp thing, I don't know, I grew up in New Jersey in the 80s. Dude, I said this. You can go back to other podcasts. Rob can back me up on this. I said the curb stomp reminded me of New Jersey. Did I not say that, Rob, like a year ago?
You did.
And I guess because it depends. Like, are you New Jersey Princeton? Are you New Jersey Atlantic City? Are you New Jersey Newark? New Jersey, the great thing about New Jersey is it's got everything. It's got really rich parts, really nasty parts, really dirty parts, casinos, mountains, skiing, farmland, the richest, whitest people you'll ever meet in the world. So, like, New Jersey is just a hodgepodge. But, yeah, the New Jersey Pride curb stomp thing is kind of offensive. I don't know. I knew what a curb stomp was, since I was, like, 6 years old. I remember the skaters, this is going to date me because I don't know if people still call themselves this. I remember the skaters and the wiggers. I don't know if people still use those terms, and I'm pretty sure one of them gets you banned on fucking television. But the skaters and wiggers were going to have a fight at the movie theater. And I climbed up to the roof to watch it, and I saw 3 curb stomps that day. And I was like, holy shit. But yeah, curb stomping, you know what, I don't know if there's a Wikipedia page for curb stomping, but it had to be created in New Jersey. It had to be. But yeah, I don't know. I just love New Jersey. I'll never move back there, but I love it. John Hannibal says, I can't even convince how tonight's show could be considered a win. The only good things that came out of tonight were Roman Reigns stumbled his words under the pressure of the CM Punk chants, and Paul Heyman's frustrating towards WWE's technical issue. It boggles my mind. We're 26 days away from WrestleMania, and this Raw we got. Complete nonsense. And, John, I agree with you 100%. It's been worse. It's been worse. Grevin64 says it doesn't matter to me if they're on their political beliefs. I just don't get into the whole left-right crap. They're all crooks to me. Grevin64, welcome aboard. High five. Stillwell plays. They know you are from New Jersey because everybody ripped on New Jersey fans tonight. Really? Oh man, I love New Jersey. Will I ever move there again? I don't know. I don't know, but I love it. I love it. I love it so much that I never went back.
I heard they opened a Reese's Cup factory in New Jersey.
And Wawa, fucking Reese's Pieces and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and Wawa, I'm fucking back, baby. And plus, I love the New Jersey. So all right, listen, dear America,
they put a Wawa inside the Devil's Stadium.
I want a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup and Wawa sponsorship with season tickets to the Devils. And I'm coming home.
Oh, that's it?
I'm coming
that's
home. But no, but yeah, I don't know. So, interesting. All right, we're going to come back to I Am Mikey. Let's rock this. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Ready? Boom, 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 because we got to be ending this show soon. Son of a biscuits, where does time go? John Stewart.
Raw shows are usually 5 hours.
Yeah, it's true. But the thing that sucks is my son started judo and swimming. So now it's like, oh, I gotta get going. I gotta get going. And like everyone's like, you have to prepare. Like everyone's like, you gotta be done because the swimming and judo place. It's a Konami Sports Center, so it's the same place. Is 10 minutes from my house. And like the women in my life are so completely crazy because I'm like, oh, it's 10 minutes from the house, so if he has to be here at 4:30, we can leave our house by 4, and shit can go wrong. We'll still make it. They're like, no, you should leave at 3. I'm like, what?
What?
Leave at 3? It's 10 minutes away. Now, granted,
what is that? In case aliens invade?
I don't know. I know I got concussions and get lost sometimes, but even my concussed ass can figure out how to get there in fucking 30 minutes. I enjoyed the Jon Stewart thing. I'm a fan of Jon Stewart. I stopped watching him a while back just because I stopped paying attention to news on purpose, just because I was hooked on it too much. And I feel like there's no difference I can make. You know what I mean? And but I still enjoy him. I know some people, for your political beliefs, probably don't. But even whatever your political beliefs are, he's pretty fucking witty. And I thought he did a great job. I thought Jon Stewart might have been one of the best celebrities I've seen in a very long time. And I like the fact that he's a legit pro wrestling fan, I like the fact that, me and Rob were talking. Jon Stewart would be great manager. He would, So I don't know. I just like the fact that we had a celebrity that was a legit wrestling fan. Like, he knew who not to say. Like any other celebrity, would say Roman Reigns and John Cena. But he actually watches the product.
All the celebrities this year were pretty good.
Yeah, well, hopefully they just got to go.
Kevin Hart, we all agreed afterwards, was great. Kevin Hart was putting over new talent. He tried to put over Adam Rose.
But Kevin Hart also didn't watch the product since Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah. And then we also had Hugh Jackman, and Hugh Jackman was really good when he was on. Jon Stewart's the first real fan that was on, but this has been a good year for celebrities.
All right. Well, I thought it was great. I really do. I hope political things don't get in a factor here. The king of Twitter, at Lance Storm, he even said it. Is it just me, or is the comedian doing the best wrestling promo on the show tonight? And that was before the Heyman one. But yeah, it was really good. Next, you got Luke Harper versus Daniel Bryan. I thought it was a really good match. It was short. It was quick. The audience absolutely loved Daniel Bryan. I noticed something Rob said in the chat is that they said the yes chants were over, so they started doing Daniel Bryan chants. I like this a lot. The only thing is, it's something good that also makes you sad. And what I mean by that is, Daniel Bryan's doing everything right, and he's not getting the main spot. It's kind of fucking depressing. You know what I mean? He's over, he can wrestle, he's a company guy.
He's a vanilla midget, flips and kicks and shit.
But basically they continue with the Intercontinental stealing storyline. Truth is just amazing for comedy, dude. Just absolutely amazing. But at the end, they have a stare down between Daniel Bryan, and it's a very far away stare down, but a Daniel Bryan Ziggler stare down. And people were cheering for Ziggler, and the best part is everyone's cheering Ziggler, and there's one fan putting all his heart into a Foley chant. Give that fan a Barry Horowitz. The arena's like, Ziggler, Ziggler, and you hear one fan, Foley, Foley. He was putting his all into it.
I just hope Foley at home watches this Raw tomorrow, or even if he watched it live, I just hope he heard that guy and felt good.
Yeah. But overall, if life was fair, or if New Japan ran WWE, or WWE cared about pro wrestling, that stare down would be the main event.
Oh, God, that stare down would have been the go-home show. That should have been the go-home show,
the title,
the closeout for it. That was, oh, man, that was so good. That made me excited for that match. That was so good.
All right, and one more thing, and then we'll go across the board what you guys thought of the match. Alundra Blaze in the Hall of Fame. I didn't see the spoilers. I didn't see anything leaked out, so I was kind of happy and surprised, and I was a bit shocked. A, they didn't talk about monster trucks, but B, they did mention her trashing the belt. I thought they were going to leave that part out. But I enjoyed her being there just because there was no spoilers that I caught on. Usually it's like the Bushwhackers, okay, everyone knows. Macho Man, you know what I mean? So I enjoyed it, and I don't know. To me, I think she's worthy of it. I'm just shocked that they mentioned the belt thing. And, me being a huge monster truck mark. American a la carte. Me and Rob talks too much sometimes, so let's have you have a moment. What'd you think of the Daniel Bryan situation and Blaze going into the Hall of Fame?
Well, I want to go a little bit back to the Jon Stewart thing. I just want to say that little line he said on Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins looked like a Scripper SWAT team Lady Gaga wannabe. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was great. Dude, there was a point where I was like, is Jon Stewart just going to bury Rollins in this promo?
Kind of did. He went low blow on Seth Rollins, so it kind of did.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
What did you think about the match in the Hall of Fame?
Daniel Bryan and Luke Harper, two guys who really should be at the top of the company, but for some reason aren't. And then you got the whole belt stealing stuff. It's that perfect blend of comedy and wrestling that the WWE rarely gets right, and this time, I think they've gotten it right. The only person that looks bad in this whole situation, Bad News Barrett. He's bad.
God, he looks horrible.
Jobber News Barrett. I mean, he looks worse than. I hate to say it, Coco. He looks worse than 2014 Magnus.
What? We promised our Lord and Savior Terry Funk we would never talk about 2014 Magnus.
But Barrett looks worse than Magnus right now. 2014 Magnus. He's losing. He's the Intercontinental Champion. He never wins matches on television, and then he can't even keep the belt.
American a la carte. I'm not the type of guy to cut off your mic, but we only have one rule. There's only one rule at Coco Sports that we never mention 2014 Magnus, and you broke it. You just dropped that Coco Sports pipe bomb. And what were your thoughts on the Hall of Fame?
As a kid, I watched a little bit of Medusa and Alundra Blaze. Definitely a pioneer in the women's division. I thought, like from internet spoilers, they were saying it was going to be Kevin Nash going in the Hall of Fame. I was like, this Hall of Fame is going to be kind of trash, bro. But with her going in, it classes up. Well, it makes it feel more important. Not that it didn't already with Randy Savage, but it's a good choice. Medusa going to the Hall of Fame. I hate that they show AJ Lee like she's inspired divas in the new generation. Yeah, okay, yeah. When I think Medusa, I think AJ Lee. Fuck out of here.
Is it just me, or do you guys feel like they just did this because of all the drama relating to the Twitter shit with Give Divas a Chance?
I thought that too, but I would like to.
I feel like that's the only reason they did it.
I would like to believe. I want to live in a world.
I mean, maybe
the
she was
world's
already
not that
scheduled for this class, and it just affected like the announcement date. But I don't know.
I would. You know what? It would break my heart if that was true, and it would just be dirty. Next, we have the Paul Heyman promo. Paul Heyman was pure money.
Oh wait, on that Daniel Bryan match, can we say one sec? Just thank you, Daniel Bryan, for being given a squash match and going out there and still making the other guy look strong as fuck in a
that is a great point that was brought up in the Internet Infantry chat. Yeah, it's just he's a pro wrestler and has pride. I'm looking at you, John Cena. But yeah, Paul Heyman. I don't know. I thought it was the best delivered tweet ever. I thought it was a great promo. It got me fired up. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I love Paul Heyman. And it was so confusing because I love New Jersey and I love Paul Heyman, and he was making fun of New Jersey, and I had mixed feelings. It's kind of like, that cousin that's too hot. It's just mixed feelings. But overall, even though Paul Heyman cut a great promo, this could have been done in a tweet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and what was with the mic things?
I don't know. I think they were trying to make
two mics.
Either their equipment sucks or they were just kayfabing. I don't really know.
Were they trying to make it seem like they could just cut, like his mic could get cut at any second, like he was towing the line on what he was supposed to be saying?
I guess. I think they were trying to work us, or their equipment sucked, or I'm not really sure.
Because the timing of when they started doing it all was all like around when he was like, Brock Lesnar will go wherever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, and also you had the Ronda Rousey thing, and they cut it. So I guess they're trying to they're doing every little dirty trick they're working, your brother, to make a piece of shit match interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just doing whatever they can, because they're like, we have a piece of shit match. Let's sparkle as many fucking shit on that as you can. All right, the main event, I thought was actually the weakest segment of the night. Randy Orton is having questionable, relationships with authority type characters, and
in the
overall,
dumbest storyline ever.
I've seen dumber, especially when it comes to Randy Orton.
No, this is stupid. When he left and he couldn't get along with Rollins. It was a huge issue with the Authority. The Authority wanted him in, but they finally got fed up and sick of dealing with him. He comes back. Now he wants to be in the Authority. He wants to help Rollins. And now the whole Authority is like, yeah, well, we don't care. We don't need you. Like, you know what? It doesn't make sense. It's bad storytelling.
I just think they're trying to make him a tweener and a slow build, but at the same time, it's I don't know. I think it's a good story. It's just, it needs a couple rewrites before you put that shit on the air.
No, this story was good when we were all pissed off and we were all fed up, and Orton grabbed the microphone and just tore into people. That was the time to do it. That was when you needed to have this happening.
All right, I'm just going to read the results, then we're going to American a la carte, and then we're going to go as many comments as we can and wrap this bad boy up. It basically ends. It was a long match, but it was the weakest segment. It was the weakest part of Monday Night Raw. But Orton grabs Reigns' legs. It distracts him. Orton was originally invited down. Rollins rolls him up for the pin and gets the win. And then you're like, wow, maybe that makes maybe that makes Roman Reigns human. It took 97 guys to beat him. That's the most human thing ever. Nope. He hulks the fuck out and beats the shit out of everyone. He just spears everyone. And you know what? His spears are so pretty that even the fans got behind it. But at the same time, if you can look past his really sexy spears, it's such a horrible storyline. He just destroyed like 97 fucking dudes. Sylvester Stallone in Rambo 2 is like, this is a bit much. It's crazy. All right, so that's pretty much our Raw review. American a la carte, tell us what you thought of the main event, and then we're going to do live comments and wrap this bad boy up.
I'm just wondering how much lotion did JBL, Michael Cole, and Booker T go through masturbating to Roman Reigns that whole match. Like, they had to go through, 4 or 5 gallons at least.
I just feel
it was a lot.
Booker T. I want to piss on Vince McMahon. I just want to hug Booker T. And just hug him and be like, everything's going to be all right. And then, of course, Booker T will be like, what are you talking about? I don't know how Booker T talks. But he'll be like, what are you talking about? This is a great opportunity. And just keep hugging him. And be like, you don't have to be in denial anymore.
It's okay. I remember you can wrestle.
Yeah, poor Booker T. Just poor WWE. Let's have a moment of silence when we enjoyed this product. All right. Do you have anything else to add, American a la carte?
Love Roman Reigns because the WWE wants you to. I mean, they're going to go really, really, really in depth on how much they love Roman Reigns going up to WrestleMania. If Brock Lesnar got punched like that, he'll probably be knocked out. Or if a normal man got kicked like that, he'll be knocked out, but not Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is a fucking genius. I mean, he has the
You didn't even do it. No, you got to do it to the level they do. If a normal man took that punch, his head would have been ripped clean off his shoulders. Roman Reigns is a monster. What kind of man is he? Where did they even create him? Was he built in a laboratory? No one should be this strong. How is Brock Lesnar ever going to contain Roman Reigns? I cannot wait for WrestleMania. He is so impressive and so powerful. Look at the way he moves. Look at the spear. Just speared the entire roster. He's amazing.
Brock Lesnar is probably shaking in his boots at home.
So, Chuck Norris jokes are saying it's a bit much. All right, let's go. Coco Sports Internet Amateur Chat, thank you for being there during Raw and there. It is now officially Ronda Rousey zone, so if you want to go to Internet Amateur Chat and share pictures of Ronda Rousey, you can join the club. One issue I had, this is from Bullet Club Biggs and Google+, one issue I had, how Triple H waited until February to try to wait until after February to try to embarrass and play Booker T like a chump. And yeah, people were talking about that on Facebook. Bullet Club Biggs also goes, don't get me wrong, I think that skyrocketing Reigns to the main event scene is too quick. He should be going for the tag belts or the IC title. I hate seeing Ambrose getting pushed to the side like Stepchild as well. Him bypassing mid-card belts, but just lacks wrestling building logic. On the Twitters, at Wessie West 3 says, Did any of you see the graphic viral video of that intergender match between Chris Dickerson and Kim Lee? We did mention it earlier. I'll put a link in the doobly-doo. And yeah, I saw it. It was interesting. Yeah, maybe me and American a la carte can have just a short show about our views on that situation because it's interesting. Basically, a male was stiff as shit to a female with a chair shot and thrown it into the corner and pin. And different people are like, why? You know, so it's an interesting thing. Nice Triple H impersonation. We talked about this off air. Me and Rob, we did the same impersonation and just add a new name. And then not only that, but my impression is so bad that halfway through my only impression, I have to bail. So I'll be like, yeah, fucking, I hate Twitter. Blah, 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 blah. And that voice is every fucking person in the world. Even like women. It's like, I'm Stephanie McMahon, and I fucking am a feminist. Blah, 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 blah.
You have to feel it in your throat, no homo, to get a triple. You have to, like when you start talking, you have to catch your lung, like.
Franielli says, gotta love Rob busting Dave's balls. Missed you, man. You know, Rob doesn't bother me until we have to wrap up the show. When we have to wrap up the show, Rob is like, no, let's talk about if Roman Reigns could fly on puppies. And the worst part is, half the time it works. And Franielli says, I'm from New Jersey, Dave. And of course, because New Jersey is the greatest place in the world, and you're a great person. All right.
Yeah, but he didn't think this show was a win, though, did you, Franielli? Because you're not a sellout like Dave. Not everyone from New Jersey is a sellout, everyone.
All right, so here we go. I Am Mikey says, the dark match after tonight's WWE Raw in Newark, New Jersey saw John Cena, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, and Roman Reigns defeat Big Show, Kane, Seth Rollins, and Bray Wyatt. The match started with a big 8-man brawl and ended with the babyface hitting their finishers. D-Bry is like, I'm just chilling out in the mid-card. Yeah, well, thank you for that update. WWE still only has R-Truth and champion Bad News Barrett confirmed for the Intercontinental title ladder match at WrestleMania. Well, yeah, they'll be adding a lot of good wrestlers soon. Kevin K. Esco says, I hope Taker vs. Wyatt is a casket match because Bray's ass is getting buried as usual. Somewhere, Wrestling Ranton is crying. I love your Wrestling Ranton. You can just hear him like, what? Did someone say Bray Wyatt is burying? Barrygate. Barrygate is now officially up there with 2014 Magnus. We just don't talk about it. AC Dubribs 24. I'm hearing rumors that they're bringing back the biker American Badass Undertaker. Thank friggin' God. Thank God. You know what? I'm going to get some downvotes here, and I apologize that I'm going to hurt the thing. I hate the Undertaker character and love the badass American biker gimmick, and I'm the only one.
I'm with you, actually.
When he does come back to this year's WrestleMania, do you think that's true, and would you guys like it? I would love it, but I'm probably in the minority.
I would like it, but I don't think it makes sense for how they're building it up. Bray Wyatt's a supernatural character. It works better if it's the Phenom.
All right, I Am Mikey. Is it me, or is this motive to just booking these key feature matches at Mania? The Andre Giant Memorial Boreal Battle Royal shaping up to be Vince's Giants, and IC ladder match should be the showcase of the workhorses in WWE. Yeah, it looks that way. It looks like at last second they're just throwing a lot of people in matches.
It looks like they didn't plan anything out, and they're just like, all right, listen, we gotta do something. Shit. They're upset about Daniel
Bryan. But they're working you, brother.
Let's put a bunch of guys into an IC tag match, and then shit, what do we do with the rest of them? Oh wait, we got that Andre Battle Royal. Let's do that, and then what?
I'm really happy that the Andre Giant
Axelmania in it.
I'm really happy that the Andre Giant Battle Royal is coming back. Stillwell Place says he only has minorities is because you have to hire minorities in case of racism lawsuits. I wish that wasn't true, but it points to that. Joseph Earnett says, go for the eyes, Coco, piss in the eyes. Carlos says, I know he's supposed to be pro-Russia, but how is Rusev a heel, though? Last time I checked, he is Bulgarian who resides in Moscow, and due to his residency status, he defends the Russian nation. LOL. Yeah, I always find it weird that they're an international company, and they're just like, yeah, you're from another land and talk different. You're the bad guy. It's very 80s, but in the 80s the world wasn't as flat. Malik Douglas says Vince is rumored to hate sneezing because it's something that he can't control. He also goes on, I just came home from seeing my Minnesota Timberwolves get beaten by the LA Clippers. Nah, at least you have a basketball team. My fucking beloved Nets are fucking playing, who knows, fucking Bermuda Triangle Nets now. Fuck them. But I'm sure that I had a better time than you guys did watching Raw. You know, Raw wasn't as bad as the last years. But yeah, I don't know.
wouldn't even
I haven't
say
watched
last
basketball
year.
forever.
I'd say since the Rumble.
All right. I am Mikey says WWE has proved to be lackluster and backwards as fuck when it comes to minorities. Kenta getting Yoshitatsu treatment and all the N-words just shuck and jive. Hashtag New Day. Fucking sad. Yuhan Nation and soon to be Moose are legit fucks. Dragon Gate gave Yuhan.
Wait, Moose? Wait, did Moose sign with WWE?
I don't think so, but he should.
I would love to see Moose spearing in WWE. Fuck you, Reigns. That's a spear.
That is one sexy
I
spear.
think he's probably gonna break Jay Briscoe's winning streak and take the ROH title. I think that's probably where they're going.
That'd
still,
be great.
Still will place as a musician. I'm insulted by the way you casually throw in this siren into such a bad track. Cesaro. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know nothing about music. Joshua Green says, Dave, if you met Vince and drop your pants, he would offer you a job as a jobber and say that that's exactly what the fans want. Hashtag Coco's still hard after 4 hours. Finally. Dude, I just mentioned, like, if one day we were fucking famous enough to have that trending, I dream of one day. Fucking, I want to be a celebrity so I can have crazy hashtags trending. Not for the money, not for the fame. I just want the power to have hashtag Coco still hard.
You just want like hashtag Dave humping Vince to be like a trend on Twitter.
Yeah, like, you know, I'd like to be that famous. That'd be kind of cool. Let's see. Carlos says, hey, gents, you see the problem is not that the divas, or at least some of them, don't have the talent. The women wrestlers would not simply get the opportunity to showcase what they got. Pretty sure you've never seen 4-star women's bout in the main roster, let alone a 5-star. And, yeah, that's a great point, because we were talking about this in our TNA review with me and American a la carte. Who's the Knockouts champion right now? My brain is on the fritz. Yeah, Tara Terrell in WWE was nothing, and now look at her. So there might be a couple diamonds in the rough that we don't know about.
Here's a question. You guys watch TNA. How much better is Mickie James in TNA than WWE?
Well, right now she's kind of doing the family thing, so she's been MIA. She just returned.
Well, I mean, just her performing in general in TNA compared to WWE. Was it like leaps and bounds better?
In my opinion, I think it's the same level. I thought she was decent in WWE, and I think she's decent in TNA.
Her heel persona, like the last time before she left, she got some pretty good promos. Like especially that one where she was talking about the ladder match. Yeah, that's a must-see promo.
But in ring though, because a lot of people say, oh well, it's just WWE divas being held down, which we know is true in the case of like Paige or even Natalya. We've seen them perform so much better on NXT that we know they're being limited. Or in the case of Paige, we've seen her performing better since she was like 10. But with like Mickie, if she's not any better in TNA than she was in WWE in ring, then we can't really say that it's WWE making their women bad. You know, their women are really amazing.
Well, Mickie James is a bad
they have
example.
shitty women.
Mickie James is a bad example because she had a pretty decent WWE run for a woman. But there are some other examples, like I think Gail Kim, Awesome Kong.
You can't even count Awesome Kong because Awesome Kong.
Taryn Terrell is the perfect example. Taryn Terrell was just boobs. That's it. And like
she can wrestle
in the background. Oh, she can wrestle really good.
Really?
No one knew. LB Clash of the Kings says your thoughts on the newest Hall of Fame member. We talked about that. I'm happy and I'm glad that it happened. Wrestling Ranton, the hair designer that can wrestle, Carmella, and you can't teach that. Everyone, go like, comment, and subscribe on Wrestling Ranting. Raymond Jameson.
Oh my god, I gotta find that comment. I need to like it. There it is.
Boom. Raymond Jameson says, I don't want to give it a tie, but I can't decide either win or loss. Maybe listening to you guys break it down might help me, but tonight, tie won't do it for me. Well, you can always go with I didn't want to kill myself. We added that answer in. Who took Heyman's mic out 3 times? I guess Vince? I don't know. Notice Paul Heyman's microphone. Okay, we already talked about this. American a la carte put something in there. I am Mike Yeah, Ashman says Japanese Puro, Lucha Libre, and major independent promotions in North America is what keeps pro wrestling alive and well today. I agree 100%. 100% agree that WWE's main roster product truly disrespects your logic, and it's sad that this promotion has the masses so brainwashed after to explode the true credible pro wrestling era. Yeah, it just sucks that many people won't do other options. I just hate, I hate people that blindly defend WWE and then don't like the product. And I hate people that talk shit about alternatives but don't watch it. Those are the guys that the Boba Fetts say, what do you see happening with Ziggler? I see him stuck in a ladder match being a mid-card because he's talented. I think Jon Stewart did a good job. That's from Denise N. Still will play as Curb Stompin' was created in California, originally called the California Smile. I hope that's true. I don't know if it is. Mr. Jason 916 says, win. Paul Heyman and Cena segments were cool for me tonight, as well as Truth stealing the belt was golden. Yeah, I love that part. Still will plays. By the way, who is Fire, and why is she getting a Hall of Fame ring and China won't? Well, China dated Triple H, and Stephanie stole it from them, and they're using porn as an excuse, but it's just not true because they have tons of Hall of Famers that showed their boobies. Rihanna Jackson says, I'm glad Rey Mysterio broke up with WWE. I wish WWE gave him a nice send-off. If WWE isn't going to use a wrestler, they should break it down to them gently like you would someone you're dating. Well, not only that, but, no. If Rey Mysterio and WWE were dating, Rey Mysterio's like, I just want to leave. And WWE is the aggressive person locking him in the closet.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, they didn't use him. No, he didn't want to be used. That's why they kept him an extra year. He didn't want to wrestle with WWE. He wanted to leave. That's why he just went and showed up in a AAA promotion just to cut a promo, just to be like, hey, no, seriously, I want to go, so that WWE made it perfectly clear. And that's why WWE isn't going to mention anywhere that Rey Mysterio has been released. All they did was move him to the alumni section because they know that that's going to hurt their product. Because they just basically put a talent there, kept him against his will, didn't use him, and then still lost him anyways. They paid him for a year just to keep him captive.
Malik Douglas says, with Alundra Blaze / Medusa, some wrestlers lose points for me. Tommy Dreamer's fat ass said that he was disrespected that she threw away the belt away, but Shane Douglas started ECW by throwing the NWA belt, and Tommy's buddy Rhino threw away the ECW belt too. And fucking AJ Lee says that it's disrespectful to women's wrestling what she did. How could she still be a fucking mark but also be in the business at the same time? I don't know. People, especially pro wrestlers and people in pro wrestling are very hypocritical because they just want to fucking be the guy, you know. Dennison says, I think Jon Stewart did a good job. I watched more Raw than normally. I used to keep my finger on the fast forward button. LB Clash of Kings says, I think it's time for Rosa Mendez to become Divas champ. My girl needs the title. That ROH 13th anniversary was too sweet. That's from Mikey. Still will play says, I did like when Cena called bullshit when Stephanie said that not everyone can get into the Battle Royal, and I hated when they said Reigns split Rollins in half, literally. Yeah. Grevin64 says, come on, guys. Don't you know Roman is in the Expendables? All the Expendables all wrapped up in one? Anyway, good night, Internet Infantry. Good night. Dave said, Dave, did WWE send you Reese's to call every Raw till Mania a win? No. No, they haven't. Rob got to take into consideration that Dave is selling out for good cause. Getting funds for Turkey Mania is no easy task. He must be pulling hours on his other job as Tiger Mask. LOL. And AC Dubrim 24 says, if you do see Vince McMahon sneeze, he might hire you if you piss on them. LOL. And that's true. And I'm going to refresh, and I think we're going to wrap this bad boy up because it's getting really late and I have to go. Any comment after that, I will try to get into comments later, and if it's a question, we'll try to do a Stump the Idiot. Rob, American a la carte, if you could help me because I got to take my son out, just hit up the comments later just to give a couple answers so that we don't disrespect anyone in the community. All right, American a la carte. Me and Rob talk a lot, but we still appreciate you being part of here. I appreciate having someone here that's knowledgeable. That was an insult towards you, Rob. And if you could tell the internet infantry what they could do for you for spending the last 2 hours with us.
All right. Well, first, Rob, in the group chat, I just put up this Terrence Terrell versus Gail Kim last knockout standing match. Definitely a must watch to see Terrence Terrell and TNA, see the difference. But you want to find me, The American Alucard, on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. In the search bar, you'll find me. It's as simple as that.
Rob?
Not only that, but I'm going to harass Dave after this show when he gets back. I'm going to harass him to set it up so that we can go in and get the descriptions cleaned up. And we'll try and put, whenever there's a guest host on here, we'll try and put their YouTube link down there in the descriptions and everything, just so that it's easier for you guys to find them.
You son of a bitch, throw me under the bus. Rob? No, that's it. You don't even get to plug anything. No, just kidding. Go ahead, plug stuff.
It's just Siduakal. Siduakal on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch Gaming. It's in a reboot right now. I'm redoing all my graphics, making sure I can still stream, and trying to get that all going again now that I have more free time. So, check it out.
And please like, comment, subscribe on all of our stuff. Follow us. We try to do at least one show a day, and we're trying to expand to even more. Rob and American Alucard are really going to help out with the blog in the future, so we look forward to it. So please check out cocosports.net as we keep improving it. And please like, comment, subscribe, because Monday Night Raw and the pay-per-views get a lot of views, but we try to do at least one show a day. So thank you. I know there's a lot of other blogs out there, and I know there's a lot of other shows out there, but we thank you for being part of our community. All right, like, comment, subscribe, cocosports.net. I thought it was pretty decent Raw. With that,
It was a loss.
am over. Bum, 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 bum.